In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use Zapier Webhooks. By the end, you'll understand how to start a Zap that listens for data from another app and brings it into Zapier automatically. First, head to Zapier.com and sign into your account. Once you're in, look to the left sidebar and click Create. From the options that appear, choose Zaps so you're working in a new blank automation. This opens the editor where you'll set up your trigger and later on any actions you want to run after the webhook fires. At the top of the editor, click to set up your trigger. In the app search, select Webhooks by Zapier. This tells Zapier that the Zap should start when it receives data from an external source. Next, you'll choose a trigger event. The most common choice is Catch Hook, which receives a standard JSON payload and is usually what you want when another service can send a post request. Catch Raw Hook is handy if you need the unprocessed body exactly as it arrives. Retrieve Poll can be used when you want Zapier to periodically check a URL for new data instead of waiting for an incoming request. Pick the option that best matches how your source app sends information, then click Continue. You may see a field labeled Pick Off a Child Key. This helps Zapier zero in on the exact part of your JSON you care about, especially when the payload is nested. For example, if your data looks like an object with a customer section inside it, you can enter the name of that nested key so Zapier pulls out only that portion. Keep the key name simple and match the casing exactly. If your payload isn't nested or you want the entire body, you can leave this blank. When you're satisfied, click Continue. Now it's time to test the trigger. Zapier will look for a recent request that matches your setup. If your source app has already sent data, you should see a sample come through with fields you can inspect. Open the test record and confirm that the values look right, and if you used a child key, make sure the fields are present under that section. If nothing shows up, give it a moment and try the test again after confirming your source recently sent data. Once the test succeeds, you've successfully configured your webhook trigger. From here, you're ready to use that captured data in the rest of your Zap to automate whatever comes next.